an absorbing first half in which Portsmouth certainly had the better of the first half an hour, but just one or two signs towards the end of the half that Liverpool were establishing their usual sort of rhythm. They hadn't passed the ball well at all in the first half on what is a rather bubbly sort of pitch. It's drying out a little bit, and even though there's very little wind, certainly it's the sort of surface on which players have to be just a little careful. And we are now underway in the second half with Portsmouth in their famous blue shirts and white shorts, playing from right to left as we look in the main stand here at Fratton Park. Liverpool in their familiar all red, playing from left to right. Bruce Grobbelaar away to our left, and immediately it's Liverpool who launch the first attack of this second half. John Aldridge pushes it up the line to Steve McMahon, who runs from midfield, gives chase, but a good tackle this time by Kevin Ball, who's come across from his central defensive position, pushes it out of play, and in fact the last touch was from Steve McMahon, so it'll be a throw into Portsmouth down on their own corner flag, level with their own penalty area. That's on the Portsmouth left as they play from left to right. Ball threads its way through though to Steve Nicol at the back for Liverpool. He's just inside the Portsmouth half. Not a good ball forward from him though, rather slides off the outside of his foot, and again the ball is over the touchline just down below us, this near side, the Portsmouth left, and the throw-in is for Portsmouth, which their fullback Lee Sanford throws up the line. This time it goes right the way through to Barry Venison, playing at right back for Liverpool. He pushes it upfield. Ray Houghton gives chase. He's hustled out of it. Linesman's flag is up just down in front of us though, and the referee, this afternoon's referee, Ray Lewis from Great Bookham, decides that it was a little bit of pushing on Ray Houghton, and so it will be a free kick to Liverpool just on the edge of the area, right on the corner. That's on the Liverpool right. So the first moments of danger for the Portsmouth defence. Portsmouth 10 games, league and cup, unbeaten since they lost at Charlton on Boxing Day. And Liverpool, well, I don't have to tell you really, do I, 26 unbeaten games in the league. John Barnes, left-footed, curls it in. Noel Blake gets his head to it. High in the air it goes. John Aldridge heads it back to the near post this time as Barnes again screws it back. High in the air. Blake again gets the header in. Headed forward this time by Connor. Still not clear for Portsmouth. Really is a mad scramble. Ablett heads it back firmly. Up goes the flag on this near side, and at last it'll be a little bit of relief for Portsmouth because Peter Beardsley is strayed offside, and it'll be a free kick to Portsmouth. So very quickly then the Portsmouth lineup this afternoon: Alan Knight in goal. Billy Gilbert is at right back because Clive Whitehead failed a fitness test before the game. Lee Sanford at left back. Noel Blake, the captain, and Kevin Ball in the centre of defence. Kevin Dillon, Barry Horn, Mike Fillery in midfield with Vince Hilaire, and then Mike Quinn and Terry Connor up front. Their substitutes, Ian Baird and Paul Hardiman, the two men on the bench. As the ball is out of play on the far side, that's on the Portsmouth right this time. It'll be a throw into them. I'll go through the Liverpool lineup as soon as I get an opportunity, but it'll be a throw into Portsmouth some 10 yards inside the Liverpool half on the Portsmouth right. Thrown long by Billy Gilbert up the line, won by Gary Ablett though for Liverpool, who plays a long ball up to the halfway line where Beardsley gives chase but hustled out of it, and again the ball pumped this time high into the Liverpool half, where again it's Ablett who half gets it clear, and finally it's Nigel Spackman who tied these things up a little bit with a square ball to Barry Venison halfway inside his own half. He plays it up over the halfway line to Ray Houghton on the right, halfway inside the Portsmouth half this time, as Steve McMahon takes it past Blake, hustled out of it by Barry Horn now, who had a very good industrious first half for Portsmouth. But again McMahon wins it, finds Barnes in a bit of space on the left, runs it up to the edge of the area on the Liverpool left, goes outside his man, chance to cut it back, does so, oh, it's there! John Barnes! Well, an element of luck about it in the end, as Barnes, I'm sure, tried to screw it back, and there was a bit of a deflection undeniably. I'm pretty sure that John Barnes in fact was aiming a little cross for the far post, but it screwed over, took a deflection off a Portsmouth defender as well, and the ball ended up in the far corner. But after 4 minutes of the second half, the net result of it all is that Liverpool take the lead. It's Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1, and the goal, I'm sure, will go to John Barnes. Trevor Brooking.
Well, you have to feel a bit of sympathy really for Portsmouth. Just pause for a sec, right?
Yes, it's Connor, in fact, on the right for Portsmouth this time, who tries to get a long crossover, but the ball screws off the outside of his right foot, and it'll be a goal kick to Liverpool. Trevor.
Yes, because they did well in the first half. They battled, they made it very difficult for Liverpool, and then just on that occasion John Barnes broke clear on the left. Billy Gilbert playing right back, funneled him down towards the byline, and he went to get the cross in, as you say, and it just clipped Billy Gilbert off the shin, and really looped all the way over towards the back post, and poor old Alan Knight had no chance really.
So yet again it's the Liverpool machine which has taken charge of things, and not for the first time this season, after being really under the collar for much of the game. There were signs, as I was saying earlier, that they'd started to just get their bearings at the start, towards the end of the first half, and sure enough they've come out at the start of this second and really are looking a little bit more like their usual selves. They give away a free kick this time though, as Vince Hilaire tries to break clear on the far right, and he's checked by Gary Ablett. So it's a free kick which Billy Gilbert takes for Portsmouth. Out comes Bruce Grobbelaar, takes it well in a cluster of players right on his own penalty spot, holds it, clutches it to his chest, waves everyone away, and now kicks upfield. Liverpool playing from left to right. Beardsley gives chase. We haven't seen too much of little Peter Beardsley today, and he's again beaten by Billy Gilbert in an unfamiliar right back position, but Gilbert turns and plays it back to Alan Knight, and I can give you a latest score from Division 1. It's Derby 1, West Ham 0, and Nigel Callaghan has given Derby the lead. And just as I'm speaking here, again it's Portsmouth who try to launch an attack, an abortive one this time though, as again it's Alan Hansen this time who very calmly plays it back to Bruce Grobbelaar. So quickly through the Liverpool side, Grobbelaar in goal, Gary Ablett and Barry Venison, Steve Nicol and Alan Hansen at the centre of defence, Ray Houghton, Steve McMahon, Nigel Spackman and Peter Beardsley, John Aldridge and John Barnes as usual up front, and the substitutes today, Ronnie Whelan back after injury, and Jan Moldy. Well, Liverpool win a free kick, much to the disgust of Portsmouth fans clustered around us. A little bit of pushing by Lee Sanford, and it gives Barry Venison a chance to take a quick free kick on the edge of the area. Barnes gets his head to it, glides it forward, but never really got a good contact on it. Ball goes over the byline, away to our right, so it'll be a Portsmouth goal kick. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1. John Barnes, the goal scorer, 7 minutes into the second half. Let's have a word from Trevor Brooking.
Well, as I say, for the first half an hour, really, Portsmouth were very much just having the edge in the play. Mickey Quinn had a couple of chances that you feel against Liverpool, when they are having that little opening spell of indifference, you've got to tuck them away, and they missed those two opportunities, and then Liverpool have got better.
Well, Portsmouth on the attack again. Fillery through on the right to Hilaire. His cross is blocked at the expense of a corner though. Steve Nicol getting his toe to it. The ball balloons away over the goal line, away to our left, and so from the Portsmouth right, it will be Portsmouth's first corner kick of this second half. They won 3 in the first half to 8 won by Liverpool. Fillery, left-footed, curls it in under the crossbar, headed firmly away by Alan Hansen. Ball played back in again to the edge of the area. Fillery comes in on it, gets his head to it though, but can't really control a header which he tried to direct back into the penalty area, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Liverpool, which Bruce Grobbelaar will take. So Liverpool, top of the table at the moment, 12 points in front of Manchester United, 26 unbeaten now since the start of the season, and they're aiming initially, of course, for that Leeds record of 29 in season 73-74, when they went the first 29 games of the league season unbeaten. The ball in the centre circle, a little bit of a scramble there. Eventually it's Sanford for Portsmouth, who plays it deep into the Liverpool half, easily cut out though by Barry Venison, but his immediate ball upfield is ruled offside, as John Aldridge it was who had rather strayed a little too far forward in front of the Portsmouth back four. So the free kick to be taken some 20 yards inside the Portsmouth half, just on their left, and the man to take it, Kevin Ball, man who made his debut a couple of seasons ago, played 16 games last season, but is now pretty well a regular in the centre of the defence. Ball half cleared this time. Out it goes to Gilbert. Gilbert tries to play it back in, but Spackman wins it. Plays an immediate ball forward for Peter Beardsley in the centre circle. Up over the halfway line comes Ray Houghton on the right. Good tackle though by Bryon. Wins it for him. Horn's ball square to Sanford. Sanford plays it up the line, but a rather hopeful ball with no real intent. And Mickey Quinn turns and gives him one or two words, I think, as suggesting in fact that perhaps the ball could have been played short to Mike Fillery, who was in a good position on the touchline to perhaps have accepted a short ball. But Sanford and Quinn have their little argument, and In the meantime, it's Bruce Grobbelaar who kicks upfield. Ball falls for Fillery on the left, on the Portsmouth left. They're playing from right to left. Fillery forward to Connor. Connor, an athletic back header, looks for Barry Horn, who'd made ground forward. Alan Hansen, though, elegantly wins it. Not quite so elegantly plays it forward with the outside of his right foot, though. Doesn't find Peter Beardsley, who'd come out to the right to collect the pass, and it drifts over the touchline for a throw into Portsmouth. On their left, right on the halfway line. Sanford plays it forward, headed back infield by Steve Nicol. Nicol wins it again. All a little bit untidy now, just for a little spell, as neither side is really putting its foot on the ball and starting to get one or two decent moves, decent rhythm started in midfield. Dillon pokes one forward again, all a little bit hopeful. Connor gives chase, but again it's an easy one for Gary Ablett on the left side of the Liverpool defence to poke it back to Bruce Grobbelaar. Quick word from Trevor Brooking.
Well, Vince Hilaire plays wide on the right for Portsmouth, and probably the spell when they were doing well in the first 25 minutes or so, Kevin Dillon was feeding him quite often out wide on the right, and obviously to test Gary Ablett, although Gary Ablett has done very well this last month, naturally he's the least experienced of the Liverpool defenders.
Liverpool come forward again. Venison this time makes ground deep into the Portsmouth half, knocks a long cross to the far post, and Billy Gilbert came in, didn't really know what was happening behind him, and probably quite sensibly directed a header behind his own goal line, and it'll be the first Liverpool corner kick of the second half, their 9th overall. Barnes takes a little short one, gets it to Beardsley. Beardsley rather crowded out at the moment, will need support, tries to turn it across, and across goes Kevin Ball with him. He gets his toe to it, pokes it behind, and it'll be another Liverpool corner. So early pressure now coming from Liverpool. Barnes this time decides to take a long one with his left foot. It'll curl out, does indeed. Gilbert gets his head to it. Good job he did too, because Houghton was just waiting behind him. Ball falls for Venison. Venison tries to take it past Fillery, just level with the Portsmouth area on the Liverpool right as they play from left to right. Throw in to Liverpool. Venison gets it off Fillery this time. So Barry Venison waits for some movement up front, gets it from Peter Beardsley. Beardsley holds it and screens it away from Blake, eventually hustled out of it by Barry Horn, who pushes it forward with his toe, only finds Steve McMahon though. McMahon tries to hit a ball forward for John Aldridge, and Kevin Dillon's tackle on Steve McMahon was just a little bit late, says referee Ray Lewis of Great Bookham. So it'll be a free kick to Liverpool, halfway inside the Portsmouth half, as they play from left to right. The ball placed by Nigel Spackman, once of Chelsea, who's held his place in spite of the fact that Ronnie Whelan is now fit again after injury. Spackman chips it forward. Barnes gets his header, and a fine save by Knight, as John Aldridge it was who came in at the far post on that fine John Barnes header. Barnes rode well at the far post, headed it back across goal. In went John Aldridge, and as Aldridge was about to poke it into the net, out of nowhere really came Alan Knight, and he's managed to turn it behind for a corner kick, and I think in the process both Knight and Aldridge have got themselves injured. Trevor Brooking.
It was a great save by Alan Knight, because certainly John Barnes got up very well. We don't often realise, but he's quite good in the air. He's got very good goal, didn't he, up at Aston Villa in the FA Cup, and perhaps it's that new hairstyle as well that shocked everyone last week, Ron. Although I think everyone be pleased, I think this week visibly there's a week's growth, and I think he's probably going to resort back to his old hairstyle, but certainly a good save, and naturally a second goal at this stage would be crucial really.
Well, they both look as if they're all right again. Alan Knight certainly on his feet. John Aldridge now gets to his feet. He's looking just a little groggy, but we do now have the corner kick, which will be taken on the Liverpool right, but again by John Barnes with his left foot, so it should curl in this time. It's driven hard. Up gets Connor, heads it firmly away. Ball bounces out of touch, just the one bounce. So a throw in to Liverpool, who are starting now to put a little pressure on the Portsmouth defence. Good tackle this time by Barry Horn, who gets in quickly on Steve McMahon. Toe pokes it over the touchline, just down in front of us on the Liverpool right, some 10 yards inside the Portsmouth half. Liverpool leading by 1-0, a John Barnes goal just about 3 or 4 minutes after the start of this second half. McMahon again sweeps it out to the far left this time. Aldridge just gets his head to it. Ablett is up in support. All this happening just on the edge of the Portsmouth area on the Liverpool left. Finds Beardsley in support. Ablett comes round behind him. Beardsley finds Barnes this time, who touches it away neatly from Gilbert. Far post, and again it's headed behind by Lee Sanford for another corner kick. And really nothing again that he could do very much about this. One or two of his colleagues having a little word with him, but Sanford again didn't quite know what was happening behind him. So it'll be a corner kick to Liverpool, their 4th of this second half, their 12th overall. And again, it's Barnes, new haircut and all, who comes across to take it. Takes it short this time, neatly inside by Venison. Venison gets it back, ball driven across, though, and John Aldridge on the volley. Got a very awkward ball which was very close to him, and he stabbed at it, and the ball shot just wide of the left-hand post of Alan Knight, and so nearly could have been a second Liverpool goal. Let's have some latest scores from Bryon Butler.
Yes, significant latest scores. Everton 1, Southampton 0. Paul Power putting Everton ahead. Arsenal 2, Charlton 0. 2 goals promisingly there for Paul Merson. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Wimbledon 0. And there's a change of score at the baseball ground, where it's now Derby 1, West Ham 0. Nigel Callaghan putting Derby in front there. In Division 2, Leeds United 2, Blackburn 0. Middlesbrough 0, Bradford 1. And in Division 3, it's Division 4, it's Wolves 4, Bolton 0. Stay with you, Ron, looking up action there.
And it's Vince Hilaire who has broken into the Liverpool area, gets a little crossover, and Alan Hansen had to be very quick there to dive away to his left, and with a diving header managed to curl it behind for a corner kick. And so it really is end-to-end stuff at the moment. A corner away to our right just a few moments ago, in fact a succession of them for Liverpool. And now it's Portsmouth who win a corner kick on their right. Their second of this second half. Fillery drives it into the near post. Connor gets a little flick on. Can't quite direct it under the crossbar though. Over the top it goes for a goal kick to Liverpool. So it's still Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1. And let's have another word from Trevor Brooking.
Well, I think Alan Ball will be relieved that they just got out of their own half there, because for 6 or 7 minutes I think there was 4 consecutive corners, and really it looked as if Liverpool were going to get that second goal. And Portsmouth broke away though, got that corner that Mike Fillery whips in exceptionally well from the right-hand side, and while it's 1-0, they're always in this game, and you never know.
Well, certainly the capacity crowd here at Fratton Park have enjoyed what has been a thoroughly absorbing battle, and as Trevor was saying, Portsmouth by no means out of it. They battled well. They had the better of the midfield duel in the first half an hour or so, and young Barry Horn and Kevin Dillon certainly very impressive, just a little quicker to the ball than Steve McMahon and Nigel Spackman. But once the Liverpool machine gets going, they really are so difficult to hold, so many good players in so many positions. Free kick to Portsmouth, which is headed away by Alan Hansen. Much of the Portsmouth section of the crowd thinks that he was climbing all over Connor. But Portsmouth sustained the attack with Hilaire on the right, who's starting to look dangerous again. He's on his own, 3 Liverpool shirts around him, still retains possession. Lovely footwork from him, finds Horn, who lays it off immediately out on the right. Dillon turns it up to the edge of the area. Quinn can't quite reach that one, and Liverpool now on the break have John Aldridge in possession. He's on his own, he leads support quickly, finds it from Steve McMahon. Portsmouth players getting back quickly, and again it's this man Barry Horn, who really is a real workhorse. He has tremendous energy, who manages to get back and knock it out of play on the far side. Horn certainly gets through a tremendous amount of work, Trevor.
I know Alan Ball has been very impressed the last couple of months, the contribution he's made to their good run, and certainly I suppose in old-fashioned terms you term him the ball winner, although he does occasionally like to get forward as well.
Barnes now for Liverpool from the throw-in, left-footed, gets the crossover, just misses out on everyone as Ray Houghton had perhaps gone in just a little too early at the far post. Houghton regains possession though, finds Venison. Venison clips it up to the edge of the area, flags up. Aldridge and Peter Beardsley too, perhaps in an offside position. So Portsmouth with a chance to relieve the pressure again. The free kick just on the edge of their own area. So 18 minutes now gone in this second half. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1. John Barnes the scorer for Liverpool with the help of a deflection from Billy Gilbert just after the interval, after Portsmouth had certainly performed very, very well in the first half and haven't really done so badly in the second half too. But not a well-directed ball this time from Kevin Dillon, who aimed for Vince Hilaire on the right. I suppose Portsmouth will feel, Trevor, that Vince Hilaire is very much the man who could win this match for them.
That's right, all the plays really over the other side of the pitch there, because John Barnes on 3 occasions really in this second half has began to run Billy Gilbert, as you wondered if he did, because obviously Bill is more of a central defender than a right back, and of course from Portsmouth's point of view they'll be looking to Vince Hilaire to do the same to Gary Ablett. He just needs to get the service really that John Barnes getting from his midfield lads early in this second half.
Well, a cheer of some irony as Alan Hansen for once had to run across his own penalty area. He did that well, but then the pass which he aimed out on the far side for John Barnes sliced away off the outside of his foot and has gone over the touchline on the far side on the Liverpool left for a throw into Portsmouth, which they've taken quickly. Dillon now again threads the ball out on the far side to Vince Hilaire, takes on one man, beats Barnes, can't beat Ablett though. All this happening on the edge of the Liverpool area, just to their left, and it's fallen this time for Barry Horn, who got in quickly to close down Nigel Spackman. Turns it back to Gilbert, plays a little 1-2 with Hilaire, who unfortunately slips as he tried to turn it across. Instead the ball falls for Quinn, left-footed drive into the top corner. Mickey Quinn has hit it into the net, but it's disallowed. A little bit of pushing by Mick Quinn, and so all the excitement at Fratton Park is for nothing. A little bit of a push by Mike Quinn as the ball fell to him at the far post. His finishing certainly was very sharp. Grobbelaar got his hand to it, hit it into the top corner of the net, but I think, Trevor, a justifiable decision.
Yes, definitely we're in a perfect position here to see the shove in the back. In fact, it's strange, all the bench jumped up and the whole stand made a run, and certainly it's lifted the home side, as you can hear probably.
Vince Hilaire on the right again to Dillon. Dillon tries to get the crossover. That's not a good one though. It's not an easy surface, it has to be said. Trevor earlier on was saying that it's the sort of drying surface which provides a few little bobbles, and it hasn't been easy for the first touch to be accurate, and some of the crosses certainly haven't been all that they might have been. But certainly a little buzz of excitement around the ground now as Mickey Quinn so nearly put Portsmouth level. But it does, I think, indicate that there's a lot of football still to be played in this game. 21 minutes gone in the second half. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1. Ball in the centre circle. Dillon wins it. A little bit of a push from Barnes. And again, referee Ray Lewis, right on the spot, gives the free kick to Portsmouth. It'll be in the centre circle, just about 5 or 6 yards inside the Liverpool half. And Kevin Dillon, the man to take it. He'll take it with his right foot. Everyone in front of him now except Kevin Ball, the central defender. Noel Blake's gone up, he just gets his head to it, can't really direct it as he would have liked. He tried to head it back across goal, instead of which got a firm header on it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. And referee Ray Lewis has gone across to have a little word with Mike Quinn, who may still be protesting a little bit about the disallowed goal. But I think quite clearly we have to say, from where we were sitting, and we did have a perfect view, as Trevor was saying, there was undeniably a little bit of pushing by Quinn before he hammered the ball into the net. Ball back with Bruce Grobbelaar away to our left. He picks it up, settles things down a little bit, prepares to kick upfield, and it's not at all a good kick, and Ablett had to be very quick indeed to control it. Plays it back again to Grobbelaar. We'll see if he can do better this time. So it's Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1, exactly halfway through the second half, and to take us through to full time, Bryon Butler.
And Liverpool's lead too slender, and Portsmouth playing too well for the champions-elect to take anything at all for granted. But they're going for the second goal, near side of the field. That's why they are at the top by 12 points, Liverpool. They don't take things for granted. They had possession on the halfway line. Nicol there almost letting Quinn in. A little soft ball, didn't weight it right, edging the ball towards Hansen, the other Liverpool central defender. Under pressure there from Quinn. Quinn belted between the two, but the ball actually did reach Hansen. Hansen funneling it back to his goalkeeper, Bruce Grobbelaar, the Liverpool keeper, away to our left. 26,000 and a few more of the 27,000 people here thought that was a goal by Mike Quinn just 3 or 4 minutes ago. They thought the score was Portsmouth 1, Liverpool 1. The referee, Ray Lewis, immediately, though, indicated that it wasn't a goal. The roar of disappointment here could have been heard, I imagine, over in the Isle of Wight. And immediately Aldridge now pursues a long ball straight up the middle, but pace for pace. With him goes the substantial figure of Noel Blake, belts it into the crowd on the far side of the field. So it's a throw-in then to Liverpool. Midway inside the Portsmouth half, far side of the field, Liverpool playing from left to right. That's their left on the far side. Barnes to take the throw-in. Gary Ablett, the left back, moves up to support him. Finds a little gap, though, with the throw-in to Barnes. Gives it to Beardsley. Beardsley back to Barnes. Barnes now back towards the halfway line to Ablett. Floats in the centre from the far side of the field. And now it's Barnes again on that far side of the field versus Gilbert. Gilbert, this time, wins it. Puts the ball out of play. Throw-in again to Liverpool. To be again taken by their tall, slim left back, Gary Ablett. The play still on the right edge of the Portsmouth penalty area. They get it away up towards the halfway line. Comer chests it down, wanders into the centre circle, uses the outside of his right foot. The ball picked up by Fillery, lays it off first time, looking for Quinn. Back to Fillery, plays it in dangerously. But in the end, again, always a thin red line of Liverpool. And they push it away, and the ball is on the halfway line. And it's Barnes rolling forward again on the far side of the field. Barnes now versus Gilbert. Barnes going past Gilbert on the outside, left edge of the area. Can he get his centre in? Yes, he can. The angle wrong, the weight wrong too. And the ball drifts out of play, and that's going to be a goal kick to Pompey.
Once again, though, causing problems, John Barnes. He skipped away from Kevin Dillon and again just ran Billy Gilbert and probably beat more by the pitch than anything else once again in a position alongside the byline and going to cross it, and it just pops up and what we call the dreaded shin as it comes off the old shin pad or the sock and goes behind the goal. But again, another dangerous opportunity created by John Barnes.
Alan Knight then, the Portsmouth goalkeeper, a man in grey, 6 feet 1 inches tall, solid 13 stone, clears from right to left, and the ball out of play on the near side of the field. A little less than 20 minutes to go. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1. And it's Venison, the right back for Liverpool, with a throw-in inside his own half. But again, it's Kevin Ball, who's had a fair game at the heart of the Portsmouth defence from the midway inside the Portsmouth half, funneling it back to Alan Knight. Knight, flat, long, the ball midway inside the Liverpool half. Nicol only half gets it away. And in the end, the ball is sliced out of play near side of the field. Ron Jones, some more scores, please.
Yes, it's the important one from Division 2, Bryon. In Division 2, the league leaders, Blackburn, have gone behind. Leeds 2, Blackburn 1. In fact, Blackburn pulling a goal back against Leeds. Simon Garner getting the Blackburn goal. Leeds 2, Blackburn 1.
17 minutes to go here at Fratton Park. A cold, grey, rather hostile day. 27,000 people in here. Still hoping against hope. Liverpool lead by 1-0, but Portsmouth playing well enough to suggest there may still be something in them in this game for them. The ball away to our left. That's the Liverpool half. Belted forward now, and away goes Beardsley. Picks it up, lets it run. Two blue-shirted Portsmouth defenders going with him. Kevin Ball, I should say, not Alan Ball. He's the manager of Portsmouth. Kevin Ball matches him face to face, runs towards the right edge of the area, and then turns the ball inside to Alan Knight. It'll be Knight to clear. Portsmouth 15 places and 36 points behind Liverpool in the First Division table, but really on days like this, it's pride and the love of a challenge that counts for so much. They can make nonsense of the form book. Liverpool in possession. Aldridge, the touch, not too good. Gets a little lucky bounce, touches it back now to Spackman. Long ball by Spackman. McMahon built through the middle, but he's a long way offside. And that's going to be a free kick to Portsmouth, a couple of yards inside. By the time the referee has indicated exactly where he wants that free kick taken, it'll be 5 yards back inside the Portsmouth half. Kevin Ball will take it. Now with his right foot, 17 minutes to the end of the game. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1, and a shot comes in there from the outside of the area. Dillon got the shot in. Too many red-shirted defenders back there. The attempt is muffled, and the ball spins back, and Bruce Grobbelaar, the Liverpool goalkeeper, comes away towards the right edge of his area, and now right-footed clears, just about makes the halfway line. Dillon and Beardsley are in there. The ball eludes them both, spins up into the air. Gilbert's there, still inside the centre circle for Portsmouth. Belts it away to our left towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Nichols there, down goes the Liverpool player, and that's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. And the referee, Mr. Ray Lewis, indicating that Peter Beardsley can do with a little spot of treatment. He sits up immediately, and while he sits up, some more scores from Ron Jones.
And we've got another goal at Highbury. It's now Arsenal 3, Charlton 0. Michael Thomas, in the middle of a great patch at the moment, has got the third Arsenal goal. Arsenal 3, Charlton 0. And in Scotland, Rangers have equalised. It's Dundee United 1, Rangers 1. Mark Walters getting the Rangers goal.
And here, unless in this last quarter of an hour, just over a quarter of an hour, Portsmouth can capitalise on the few chances they had. They had 3 in the first 20 minutes, and they had another very good one just before half-time. Quinn, perhaps the man who'll regret them most of all, but they've had their opportunities. But it's now Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1, and we're going to get a substitution. It's going to be a Portsmouth substitution. On comes that useful player, Paul Hardiman, and it's going to be Dillon, I think, who comes off. Boos all the way around the ground, so a little more than 15 minutes to go, and on comes Paul Hardiman. tough little man, takes his line, his position towards the back, a little shuffle in midfield, as Venison now takes the free kick for Liverpool, punts it up into the Portsmouth half, whacked away there by Kevin Ball, one of the two central defenders for Portsmouth. But again, scrappy edges in this game, nobody really getting hold of it, as away to our left, Steve Nicol has to turn and run, pursued all the way by Mickey Quinn of Portsmouth, and in the end he turns it back to Bruce Grobbelaar. Quinn, by the way, born in Liverpool, but found his way to Portsmouth by way of Derby and Wigan and Stockport and Oldham. And at the other end too, Kevin Ball was at the heart of so much of the action inside the Portsmouth half this afternoon. Again, getting good control, running it back to Alan Knight. Knight clears, ball loose, midway inside the Liverpool half. Whistle goes, and that's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. The game lacking a little shape at the moment, Trevor.
Yes, I was a little bit surprised with the substitution, as I think Kevin Doolan was, because he's one of the midfield creators, really, and of course Paul Hardiman has come on his left back, and he's slotted into the left back position. Alan Ball was pushed, in fact Lee Sanford, who'd been playing left back up until then, onto the left side of midfield, and pushed Mickey Fillery sort of into the centre of midfield. But it does seem a little bit of surprise taking off a creator when you're 1-0 down.
And it's Hilaire now going, a little ball through to Quinn. Quinn versus Venison. But Venison again matches him face for face. To his right he had Nicol. Quinn didn't quite have the legs, but a little push as he started on that run through the middle. The referee right on the spot and immediately giving the free kick to Portsmouth. The free kick about 15 yards outside the Liverpool penalty area. Portsmouth 0 then, Liverpool 1. We've 13 minutes left here at Fratton Park. Opportunities for Portsmouth. You can hear now the sound of the Pompey fans all around us. Fillery preparing to take the free kick. Takes it with his left foot, drills it in, hits it hard. A movement right all the way, and in fact the ball finally passing all of 5 or 6 feet to the left of Bruce Grobbelaar's left post. A little optimistic, that, Trev.
I think that's being generous, yes. 35 yards out, really. There's a little bit of a breeze, but I don't think you're going to trouble Bruce Grobbelaar from there. And I think, that sums up perhaps Portsmouth at the moment. They've had a bit of possession, but they just do lack the ideas. And if Hilaire down the right isn't coming off, you just wonder where the actual goal is going to come from.
And Barnes, a stealthy ball along that far side of the field there, left inside the Portsmouth half. The little figure, dark-haired figure, Beardsley will chase it. With him, though, Ball and Gilbert, two larger Portsmouth defenders. Beardsley hits the ground, ball out of play, throw into Liverpool, taken by Barnes, back to Ablett. Now Beardsley again, this time back to Nicol and Spackman this time. A long ball forward to Barnes, left edge of the Portsmouth penalty area, measured centre. Aldridge was on the end of it, but first to the ball was Paul Hardiman, the man who's just come on as substitute. Again, Barnes, once he gets the ball, best of all on that far side of the field, he's got the wit and he's got the pace to get behind this Portsmouth defence. Barnes, of course, the man who put Liverpool ahead 4 minutes into the second half. And Barnes, I reckon, a fair candidate for the Footballer of the Year award. Barnes this time now on the near side of the field. Loves to be involved, taking the corner. This is the Liverpool right, in swinger. But Alan Knight is there at the near post, both hands to the ball. Moves towards the edge of his area, clears long. Ball midway inside the Liverpool half. Hansen gets it away, not very far. Ball inside the centre circle. And now it's Noel Blake, a long ballooning ball forward. Blue shirts under it. But again, a lot of Liverpool defenders back there facing the ball. But it runs to the elusive little Hilaire, far side of the field. So hard to pin down that man. Hits the ground, put there by Spackman. And that's going to be a free kick in a position of some promise for Portsmouth, away on that far side of the field, 7 or 8 yards towards the right edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Hilaire could take it himself. No, it's going to be Fillery. A little more than 10 minutes to go here at Fratton Park. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 1, but a free kick now for Portsmouth. Right edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and Liverpool now have got every man back inside their penalty area. Fillery then, once of Chelsea and Queen's Park Rangers, takes the free kick, drifts it in, ball loose, comes back in the end to Barry Horn, can't get a shot in, has to lay it all the way out to Fillery. Fillery this time with the left foot, drifts it in, the ball's still running loose inside that area. This time it comes to Gilbert, and he'll put it out to that far side again. Now it's Hilaire. Hilaire going, looking to go outside his man, but the ball drifts away from him, and it's going to be a goal kick at the end of all that pressure, a goal kick to Liverpool.
I think we must once again mention Liverpool's defence. I mean, we talk all the plaudits about the entertainment and the front men like Beardsley, Aldridge, and of course John Barnes out wide, but really their defence all season. 12 goals in 26 matches they've conceded, and today, which has been a battle at times, they've been terrific. And certainly the two central defenders, Alan Hansen and Steve Nicol, who's adapted so well to that position, have been outstanding.
Hilaire to Connor for Portsmouth, away on the far side of the field. Big booming miscue, and that's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool. Yes, it's Liverpool's record really is on all counts quite remarkable. It's not only what they're doing, but it's the way they're doing it. As you say, Trevor, they've conceded only one goal in their last 12 games. They've only twice, in fact, in their 33 League and Cup games that they conceded more than one goal in a game. And Charlton and Southampton were the sides who managed a couple against them. And in 21 of their 33 League and Cup games, they've kept a clean sheet. And of course, they're keeping a clean sheet to date. Here at Fratton Park, it's Portsmouth 0, it's Liverpool 1. Some other scores, please, Ron.
Well, in fact, this time, Brian, it's a rugby union result, and the holders, Bath, have been beaten in the John Player Cup. They go out 4-3, the final score. Moseley 4, Bath 3. So the rugby union John Player Cup holders, Bath, are out.
Long ball from Venison. The Liverpool right back, left to right. But the flag goes up on the near side of the field. And that's going to be a free kick to Portsmouth, midway inside their own half. That Noel Blake will take no. In fact, he'll leave it in the end to Kevin Ball. Kevin Ball, the ball precisely, really, in the middle, in the heart of the Portsmouth half. And he takes it, a long angled ball away to that far side of the field. Ablett's there for Liverpool, doesn't control it. Spackman comes up, whacks the ball up towards the halfway line. Aldridge lays it off. Little 1-2 there between Beardsley and Hughes. Nice play this. This is Liverpool rolling forward. Under a spot of pressure, they play it back, buy themselves a little time. And then, inevitably, they give it to Barnes, far side of the field. And Barnes of England will slope forward. Beats Gilbert for pace, gets the centre across. And that is a little too long and didn't quite get the angle right. And although Beardsley eventually was on the end of it, he can't control it, and Portsmouth in possession. The whistle, in fact, has gone in any case. But that was just a little touch there of Liverpool at their best. 7 or 8 people involved, and the passes swinging along nicely.
Yeah, they play a lot of one touch, don't they, when they break, and that was a little burst. They again fed John Barnes, and today what they do, once they give it and he's got it to his feet, of course they get out of his way. He's 1 against 1 with Billy Gilbert. He pushed it wide again, and this time the cross just looped too far and went out of play, but certainly they're beginning to get control once again.
John Barnes of England involved, and that's going to be a free kick though, as Portsmouth put the pressure on Barnes, and Liverpool, it's going to be a free kick now to Liverpool, and Portsmouth turn and face the ball. The free kick to be taken by Gary Ablett, the young Liverpool born defender, who's done pretty well in the past month. Turns it to his right back, the Liverpool right back, near side Venison. Beardsley back to Venison, ball on the edge of the Portsmouth penalty area. Hardiman brings it down, pumps it clear. Not well though, only finds McMahon of Liverpool. He tries an angled ball, looking for Barnes, far side of the field. Gilbert does well, beats Barnes, and then turns it under a spot of pressure, turns it back to Alan Knight, the Portsmouth keeper, and he'll clear a long booming ball that drops no more than 10 yards outside the Liverpool penalty area. Pressure there, the crowd roars for a free kick. The referee, Ray Lewis, from the Great Bookham in Surrey, won't have anything to do with it. The ball played out for a throw, and on the near side of the field. Ron, some more scores, please.
Yes, in Division 1, Brian, it's now Newcastle 3, Chelsea 1. Paul Gascoigne getting the third Newcastle goal at St James's Park, and the deadlock broken at Loftus Road. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Wimbledon 0. John Byrne getting the goal for Rangers.
And Houghton for Liverpool, trying a little chip on this near side of the field. Again, not quite getting the pace right, and the ball running back into the hands of Knight, the Portsmouth keeper, who clears, long one, right to left. Ball on the halfway line now with Portsmouth. Blake near side of the field. Hardiman keeps it in. No, he doesn't. The linesman's flag goes up on the near side of the field, so that's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool. Midway inside their own half. Barry Venison, their right back, will take it. Eventually takes it short to Houghton. Back to Venison. Venison right-footed, a long swinging ball along this near touchline, which Blake thunders across and belts it high above us into the main stand. We're at the front of the main stand, the old traditional main stand here at Fratton Park. Splendid view. This cold, crisp day. Mighty action here at Fratton Park, but Liverpool leading by 1-0, and good work by Beardsley, right edge of the area, turns inside, finds Houghton, chance for Houghton, better one now for Barnes. Can Barnes score? Yes, he can! Lovely combination there between Beardsley and Houghton and Barnes. And on the end of it all for his second goal, 6 yards out, no doubt about it, made it look so simple. John Barnes, his second of the day, Liverpool's second of the day. Liverpool now taking one more pace towards that Leeds record of 29 games at the start of the season without defeat. John Barnes is a toast. It's Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 2.
Well, a big trio, wasn't it? The 3 signings. First of all, Peter Beardsley took on Kevin Ball, got a little bit of a fortunate knock-on, but then squared it beautifully inside, in fact, to Ray Houghton. He unselfishly, there would have been a few, Bryon, that would have taken a pot shot themselves from there. He just squared it across to John Barnes. He controlled it with one touch, and the outside of the left foot tucked it underneath Alan Knight, and the 3 big signings created a second goal which really clinches the game.
And we've now less than 5 minutes left here at Fratton Park. Portsmouth now, well, maybe they can salvage a little bit of pride, a little bit of hope, but they are trailing by 2-0 to the toughest machine in English football. Liverpool chasing their 17th league title and their 9th in 13 seasons. A near monopoly of the championship that's not been matched in 100 years of league football. And now really every game that Liverpool play seems to be a bit of history in the making, which is one of the reasons why home and away huge crowds are turning up to see them. 27,000 here at Fratton Park on a cold day down on the south coast today. Alan Ball promised that Portsmouth would give Liverpool a run for the money. Well, they've done that. But they've never been able to match Liverpool in several key areas of the game, notably, and that ball is just, it looked as if it was coming for Trevor Brooking, Ron Jones and myself, but in fact it kept on climbing and landed on top of the stand. It's come down, but some more scores now from Ron Jones.
Yes, let me give you a Rugby League final score first of all, and Wigan are through to the semi-final of the Silcut Challenge Cup. They've beaten Widnes by 10 points to 1, so Wigan through. In Division 1, it's now Arsenal 4, Charlton 0 at Highbury. Alan Smith getting the 4th Arsenal goal. And in Division 2, an equaliser for the leaders Blackburn at Leeds. It's Leeds 2, Blackburn 2, Colin Henry getting the Blackburn equaliser.
Hilaire through now to Horn for Portsmouth. But again, in vain, because Nicol, an even taller figure there of Alan Hansen, standing shoulder to shoulder. The ball is run back into the hands of Bruce Grobbelaar. The ball drifting out of play, far side of the field. It's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool, taken by the tall figure of Ablett, the left back for Liverpool, 15 yards inside his own half. To Barnes, back to Ablett. Ablett, long ballooning ball forward, midway inside the Portsmouth half. Hardiman's there, with a little difficulty, just manages to turn that ball back to Alan Knight, his keeper. He'll clear right-footed. 3 minutes to go here at Fratton Park. Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 2. John Barnes, the scorer of both. And it's now on the near side of the field. The ball out of play. Lee Sanford is there. But it's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool that Barry Venison, the right back for Liverpool, will take deep inside his own half. This is the Liverpool right. Back arches, takes the throw-in onto the head of McMahon. Now to Beardsley. Beardsley, a little one forward. Houghton makes a good run alongside him. Long ball forward from Venison. Near side of the field, Aldridge, but not in space. Noel Blake dogging him all the way. Puts the ball out of play, so it's going to be a throw-in on the near side of the field, but now inside the Portsmouth half. 10 yards inside the Portsmouth half, near side of the field. Venison to take it, the right back for Liverpool. Takes it long. Beardsley's making the run up this near side, the Liverpool right. Controls the ball with the outside of his right foot. Touches it on to Houghton. Houghton still on the right edge of the area. Back to Beardsley. Beardsley, though, beaten to the ball there by the quick-moving, quick-thinking Kevin Ball of Portsmouth. And it's going to be one more throw-in now to Liverpool, but now even further inside the Portsmouth half, almost level with the Portsmouth 18-yard line. Venison to Houghton. Back to Venison, forward again to Beardsley, but again Ball marking Beardsley very tightly indeed. Throw it to Liverpool, taken by Beardsley this time. Now to Barnes, who's moved towards the right edge of the Portsmouth penalty area. He's under pressure from Noel Blake, makes himself a little bit of space. Finds Beardsley, looks for the 1-2, finds it. Back now to Barnes. Barnes still on the right edge of that area. Little check, a little direction. Blake brings down Barnes. Barnes gets to his feet extremely quickly, still a good possession. But the flag up, the whistle's gone, and it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool, just a yard from the right edge of the Portsmouth penalty area and about 5 yards from the goal line itself. Barnes will run over the ball and Houghton will take it. A little outswinger. Gilbert gets it away with his head for Portsmouth. Forward to Quinn, touches it now to on the near side of the field to Horn. He makes a little bit of a mess of it. And really, the conditions here haven't suited Liverpool any more, perhaps, than they've done any favours for the quality of the game itself. But Liverpool, even when they're not playing at their best, still putting results together, still churning away at the top of the table, and still heading for a host of records. Dennison now with a free kick. Whacks against ball there, the central defender for Portsmouth on the edge of the area. Portsmouth get it away. Quinn inside the Liverpool half, chests it down, turns it inside, and the referee simply waves play on. Quinn shaking his fist at the referee, asking for a free kick there. He was certainly under pressure, put off balance a little bit, but the referee simply waving play on. We're in time now added for stoppages and injuries. And Liverpool nicely in control inside the centre circle. And is that the end of the game? No, the whistle's gone. It's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. 10 yards inside their own half. Liverpool all in red, playing from left to right. Ablett could take it. Ablett will take it. Hansen leaves it to the younger man. Slightly taller man too. 6'2" at least. Ablett, long ball onto the chest there of Blake for Portsmouth. 10 yards outside his own area. Showing authority. Touches it forward to Fillery. Fillery, little ball to his left to Kevin Ball, and it's going to be Knight, the Portsmouth goalkeeper, who clears thunderously. Long one from right to left. Nicol comes across, gets ahead to it, nods it out of play, near side of the field. And it's going to be a throw-in now in the last few seconds of this game to Portsmouth, taken by the substitute, Paul Hardiman, to Fillery. Back now to Horn. Horn turns inside, looking for Sanford. Sanford to Fillery. Fillery, a more positive ball forward. Quinn on the end of it. Comes back to Horn. Little ball still running loose dangerously inside that Liverpool area. But remember, Liverpool have the comfort of a couple of goals. It's Portsmouth 0, Liverpool 2. And there goes the final whistle. Portsmouth have done their best. But emphatically, once again, it's been Liverpool's day. Last comment, Trevor.
Yes, as you said, really, Bryon, they've not been at their best, Liverpool, but when it's needed, they've had the edge, they've created the goals, and John Barnes has got 2. From Portsmouth's point of view, I mean, they've had a good run, and it's been ended today, but everyone else has had the same problem with Liverpool, so they're not being disgraced. They're still in the FA Cup, but of course they've now got to make sure they do pick up a few points in the First Division, because I can see that being a dogfight down the bottom there, and certainly I think their key problem is scoring goals, and that was, I think, emphasised today. And what is it, 27 goals I think they've got, compared with 65 now for Liverpool, and that was the difference in the end between the two sides.
But the warning is, I suppose, very briefly, Liverpool still putting results together, even when by their own standards are not at their best.
That's right. I mean, Nigel Spackman there in the midfield, he worked very hard today. He's got Ronnie Whelan sitting on the bench, and I think that sums up Liverpool this season. You just can't afford to be out the side. Ronnie Whelan's done everything right. He gets injured, misses a month, comes back, and of course they've kept on winning. You just can't get back into this team, and so there's pressure on the players out there to get results, and at the moment they're just not easing up at all, are they?
So Liverpool march on. 2 goals by John Barnes.